So hey guys, in writing news, I am starting to make a list of the finished projects that I have that I am hoping to be able to release soon. Because part of it was part of the reason why I haven't been producing a lot lately has been a little bit of disorganization. So I am making a list of the projects I have that are ready to go, or at least as good as I want them to be, and you know. I'm making a list of both what they are, approximate length, as well as a little blurb to refresh my memory of what exactly, happened in each installment. Because, that was one of the things that was keeping me from posting things. Because it's like I work on a lot of things, and sometimes it's just like I don't really remember exactly what this is, and I don't necessarily, So I've been trying to, look through them and you know, come up with a summary of what each one is so that I can, when I'm ready to post it, I can put it in the description, and then that'll save me some time later and also help me maybe keep a better handle of what I'm working on at any given time. And hopefully there'll be some new stuff coming out soon. I definitely plan to release a few things because I have about 7 things that are ready to go, and I need to work on a few more. Um, let's see, hopefully I can have more solid news soon. I have some things that are also ready to go, hopefully to be due release both on FA and for the Voice of Dog. Um, and again, most of that's just been like I need to get my ducks in a row. I've also maybe going to try some outlining software to maybe help me keep a better hold of ideas, because sometimes when I'm working, things change and then I kind of get confused and it gets hard to go back to that mind space. So I'm hoping that maybe if I try out this software, if I like it enough, I'll buy it, and maybe that'll help me stay organized and on track as well. Um, I did have a job interview last week. I think it went pretty well. They seemed to indicate that they were looking to hire somebody relatively quickly. So, I mean, if they do choose me, it probably will not be too long before I find out one way or another. So, next week or the week after that, I might have a job or I might not. But if not, I still have unemployment for a while. I am keeping an eye on the unemployment benefits I still have remaining, because I should have enough to last me steadily, securely until mid-November or late November, and then after that, I should get some Christmas money. Uh, so, I'm not particularly concerned about any issues, barring major incidents, until at least the end of January. Now, if January rolls around and I still don't have a job, then I might have to start thinking about alternate plans. But at least for the time being, things are going as well as can be expected. I mean, the interview went well. I think I had a good chemistry with the people that I talked to. The job is not quite like what I used to do. They indicated that it would be a lot of different things every day, which in itself is not a problem for me. It's just I would imagine, like any kind of position, there would be a learning curve. I'd have to get used to it, get my hands in there, see what they want me to do, see what kind of things pop up during the course of the day, and work out a rhythm and a pattern that works best for me. And also, you might have noticed that, at least particularly right now, I'm a little more done up than I usually am, uh, because a little while ago I just finished a video chat with Claudia Christian, which was fun. Something I had arranged prior to our trip to the Star Trek convention, and also when money was a little less tight. But I mean, it was fun. I've done a few of them before with some of the Star Trek actors, and it's a lot of fun. It's I do it through a company called GalaxyCon, which during the pandemic, it was about the closest I could get to any kind of convention activity. So you can get autographs, you can do web chats with some of the actors, and they say it, and it really does. It's like 2 minutes goes by so quickly, so you kind of have to have a plan before you get started. And overall, I think it went pretty well. Sometimes I have notes, sometimes I just kind of see what happens. But I've done a few of them with we've done one with Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis, and I did one with Nana Visitor, which I think Nana was my first. Um, and this was my first with another franchise, which it's kind of nice because every so often GalaxyCon will do all kinds of different franchises. You know, they had I saw they were doing one for like the old Gummy Bears cartoon, and you know, they do all kinds of sci-fi and fantasy, you know, cartoons, voice actors. So you know, sometimes it provides some interesting opportunities. It gave me the opportunity to get an autograph from Summer Glau, who I was not sure if I would ever have had the opportunity to do that otherwise. You know, ideally, had I had the money at the time, I would have also maybe liked to gotten one from Jewel State and maybe do some chats with them. But you know, at the time, money wasn't available, or at least I didn't feel like it was prudent. But you know, you never know what the future holds, so we'll see. But you know, it went well. I had a good time. I think I got to say most of what I wanted to, and I'm looking forward to seeing the video recording of it. You know, because right before, I mean, it's right before that kind of thing starts. I always get a little anxious, just you know, because I guess, you know, it's just you know, there's that thrill of just like seeing somebody that you've watched on television for many years, and you know, it's something I run into a lot at the Star Trek con. You know, it's always that like first few seconds when you're about to do the photo op and you see them there, and it's just like, wow, you know, they're right in front of me. And um, you know, a couple of things to discuss really quickly. We had a blowout on the highway a couple of days ago, and you know, we were fine. We didn't have any accident or anything like that. But as we were driving down the highway, we started hearing or feeling something a little odd. And you know, it was at first we thought it was the back left tire because it looked a little low to us. And you know, at the time, it wasn't a huge concern. I knew from when I had gotten my car inspected that they had said that the tires were going to need to be replaced this year, which of course was going to be the plan had I been employed at the time. But you know, since I haven't really had the money to throw at tires. Which, you know, also I mean, I drive maybe at the moment, assuming I don't have a job interview or somewhere else to be. I drive to the grocery store once every other week. So I mean, it's not like I had a lot of need for a car at this particular moment. But you know, like I told Strag, and like I said at the time, all things considered, for as far as bad things go, we had good timing. You know, it occurred when the highway was not particularly busy. I mean, it was still pretty busy. Don't get me wrong. I was not a fan of changing a tire on the side of the road, but you know, it wasn't when we were on our way to anywhere that we needed to be on schedule. You know, it wasn't. It wasn't in a 100% unsuitable place. You know, the highway next to us was relatively flat, so we were able to pull over and get some decent space. You know, the two of us were together. If it was just me, or if it was just him, I mean, you know, obviously he wouldn't be driving these days, but still, you know, you never know if. Um, it was definitely helpful to have both of us there to be able to change the tire and have two people to get that done. And it was the front left tire, which we noticed when we tried to resume driving to get off the highway to get to the next off ramp. But unfortunately for us, the tire really started deteriorating as we were going, and it got harder to maintain control of the car even at a slow speed. So we just stopped and pulled over as much as we could and switched the tire out. Um, but you know, we went and got new tires the next day at NTB, so now we have a fresh set of tires, so that shouldn't be a concern for a good long while. Hopefully, for a long, long while, because you know, all before UTMB let me go, the plan had been to save up money for a replacement car, because my car is getting older, and you know, it's still reliable, it's still functional and such, but still, it was all things that were in the game plan before things kind of shifted, and since then I've just been kind of taking it as it went. But you know, we're all right. The car's all right, and we have new tires. So I mean, all things considered, it was a minimal disruption. Certainly something I would have preferred not happen at all. But you know, in the grand scheme of things, it really didn't consume that much extra time. It was like a little bit of time to change the tire, because Shraggett had the foresight to buy an impact drill to take the lug nuts off. You know, we worked together, and you know, we ended up finishing our errands because we were going to get a piece of artwork that we had gotten from the Star Trek convention framed. Needed a custom frame because of its unusual size. So you know, we were 9/10 of the way there, so we just went the rest of the way to the frame place, got that done. Have to go pick it up in 2 weeks, and then we carefully drove home, stopped at the tire place. They had to order them, and then we went back the next day. It took about an hour, and then it was done. So there's that. And also, I guess one other thing to discuss is that I have started my Christmas shopping. It wasn't a plan, and it wasn't something that I had intended to do, but in particular, this specific gift was time sensitive. If I didn't do it now, or if I didn't start the process now, it wouldn't be ready by the time I need it. I'm starting to think about other things, I guess, as far as Christmas goes. But obviously, I have a lot of time, and it's not like I'm in a hurry to do my Christmas shopping. Usually, most years I don't start until we get around to December, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I gotta buy Christmas gifts. But this particular time, it just was one of those things that it was just a timing thing. It's going to take a while for it to be done, and also, the window to get the process started was relatively narrow because the idea just occurred to me, relatively close to the cutoff date where I would have had to get this started. So I just kind of had to take a step forward on that. And I guess that's it for specific general announcements, but hopefully we'll have some more stuff soon. And, who knows, maybe the next time I do one of these vlogs, I might have some big news, but we'll see whether or not, I mean, on the one hand, I'm it's like I'm iffy about going back to work. It's like on the one hand, I kind of have gotten used to being home all the time, but at the same time, I do miss having insurance and a steady paycheck, even though I do like not necessarily having to get up, in time to go to work and all that other stuff. But, you know, um, sooner or later, it's inevitable that I'll have to, that hopefully something will pop up. I don't know. It's when it does, I'll be ready. But I'm not in any hurry. But you never know. It's like for all I know, this place that I interviewed with might hire me, and I could be working as soon as a couple weeks from now. So, either way, right now I'm good. We'll see what happens, and I will catch you guys later.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!